So Las Vegas PPA. Koller was the king.
Koller has arrived.
King Koller. Who is this guy?
Right.
My, oh my. He walks around like he literally has not taken care of his body his whole life. I mean, the man is so brutally stiff. Looks like an ex-hockey player. Obviously, you know, I don't know how good he was in hockey, but just taking a look at his scrambling ability when he plays defense on the pickle court, I would assume the guy was a scrappy hockey player. Pure scrap.
You know, to me, he just seems like a guy who can probably play just about anything. You know, just
super athletic.
One of those guys that picks up a sport and he can do it. Kind of little known fact. AJ, if I'm wrong about this, I apologize, but I was overhearing Joey Farias and Jeff Warnick. Apparently, AJ in high school, I believe, was on the circus team, and he was a juggler. So kind of to razz him from the sidelines, people were going,
AJ can do it all.
He shot a couple dirty looks from the peanut gallery as that was going on, but
that's too funny.
Yeah, working the juggling.
Oh my gosh! And you know, if you see Koller with his shirt off, there is. I mean, the guy has got just a full layer of hair on his back and on his chest. The man is hairy.
40-year-old virgin.
Man is hairy.
Right?
Yeah. I'm gonna buy AJ a massage. I am. The next time I see him, I'm gonna purchase a massage for him.
Put to good use.
Right. But yeah, King Koller won the mix with Jesse, won men's with Rye. I will be brutally honest. Yeah, you know, it definitely hurt me. And those two playing together did not hurt me at all. But just seeing them, you know, beat Ben and Colin, I'm not jealous at all. But you know, Ryan over the last 2 years, we haven't smelled any W's against the John boys. And so, well, yeah, you know, just kind of hurt my pride a little bit. But I was more than happy for him. Texted Ride right away. Yeah. You know, texted AJ. But just deep down, I'm like, gosh, like, we've been freaking climbing and scratching for how long? And we've been swimming in silver and bronze. So, but yeah, no, those guys played super well. It was kind of a crazy day. Johns and Johns lost to Gridley, and it was a
big upset.
Baritones,
Barrientos,
yeah, a couple of Utah boys. Hey, give us your insight on Austin.
So I don't know his partner. I think it's Mario. I watched him play, impressed with him, but I'm actually not even sure if he is from Utah. Maybe he is. But I played one tournament with Austin. To me, the guy is an absolute stud. If you look for the things that really matter, specifically in men's doubles, you know, not missing dinks, not giving up court position too easily, having you know, strong counter punching. He does all those things at a really, really elite level. He doesn't cut corners. He doesn't try to get a ton of cheap points. Understands who he is. He's not a former, I don't believe, high-level tennis player. He's not this amazing ball striker. Doesn't play a lot of singles, but he knows what he does. He does it very well. He's pretty tall. And to me, when you can lean in and not just take dinks out of the air, but aggressively take dinks out of the air and spin it and get moving it and take control of the point, it's very tough to find an easy way to beat that. So to me, I think if Austin were to partner, you know, with another elite player, nothing against Mario, I mean, I think they're going to stay together for a while, and I'm sure they'll do quite well. But to me, he's a guy that you throw him on, you know, with an elite player, there's not a weak spot on the court.
Sure.
I think he can hang right out of the gate.
I think so too.
And they would probably gel.
And
so
you know,
I was
like,
very impressed with him.
One of those guys where like you look at him and you know, he doesn't scare you. Just his general like persona is very low key. It seems like he's a little shy. Yeah. But the guy's got game. He's got sneaky game. He does. And I'm telling you that counter punch with that Pro Connect, it's a thump.
It's a big
and obviously I didn't
counter.
watch that match when they beat the Johns, but I would assume Austin played the right and Ben tried to come at him, and I'm sure Austin gave Ben a couple of these. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. You know, it comes off big.
Bringing
Pro
that stuff here, buddy.
It comes off big and
Pro Connects clunk.
Yeah, you know, it's just, you know, it's mostly just fundamentals. I mean, it really is fundamentals. A few things, you know, like I said, rolling the ball in the volley dink, that's a little more high level, but it shows that if you just put balls in play, keep your error count down, and you have the ability to counter and difficult to be attacked, good things happen even at the highest levels. For sure. But, you know, Koller, let's see, I think Koller won 3K for mixed and then 3K for men, so... And Koller, who's Koller? And Koller's from Nevada. You know, it's so funny too. Koller, the Chet Subaru page, his Chet Subaru Instagram page, it says in his bio that he's the #1 player in Nevada. Right. So it's funny because
and he's actually from Nevada.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
So it's almost like a satirical thing, but the real him is kind of the best player in Nevada, right? So no, it's he's a nice guy.
No,
he's
he
a
is.
funny guy, and I don't think anybody, nothing against him. I don't think anybody expected him to come on this big this soon.
For sure.
So he's obviously put a lot of work into his game and has figured some things out.
You watch that men's final too. Like they dinked a ton to Ben, and we were just talking about this. It seems like, in order to, and obviously I think people are starting to smell blood. People are starting to realize that I'm not going to say he's vulnerable, but he hasn't been as sharp. And so with that being said, the matches that he's lost, he saw a lot of balls, and people dinked to him. People went back behind him, but they weren't afraid of him. And if you don't mind, you said it extremely well. Give us your take on, what was it, on ball and off ball?
Yeah. The more I've been watching, higher level, just pickleball in general, it seems like there's almost categories, and I've thought about incorporating this into my own training. You want to be obviously you want to be able to put a lot of dinks in play and be able to grind and extend points, but there's something to be said for being an on the ball player, the one who's hitting, the 10 shots,
all the touches,
and then the partner who's kind of waiting. And I don't think we practice enough being an off the ball player, being a little bit cold and then all of a sudden having the hands ready to go. So to me, when you watch, you and Riley against all the matches you've played with Colin and Ben, I think if you guys have made a tactical error, it's allowing Ben to just get in such an amazing rhythm of just being an off the ball player. Sure. And the flip side of that is you're letting Colin be in the rhythm of being an on the ball player, right? So he's finding rhythm as well. So by going back at Ben, it doesn't just force Ben to now be an on the ball player, which obviously you're not going to get a lot of errors or a lot of missed dinks from Ben, but you will take him out of his rhythm for some of those hand exchanges of being able to just sit and anticipate.
It will carry into other areas.
And you force Colin to now be an off the ball player, right? Which is a different skill set than being an on the ball player in the rhythm. So I think if you've never thought about it in those terms, off ball, on ball, I think we all practice, on ball, but there's probably ways to simulate with a ball machine or with people to play, to practice playing off ball and to cheat over. And so you got to, kind of have a complete game nowadays to be able to make it through to the top levels.